Hey guys, Fred here, VE3FAL, Ontario Northwest Bushcrafter and Outdoors. Saturday afternoon here in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and been playing around with the Xiegu G90. As many of you know, I did the upgrade yesterday, the firmware upgrade, and things seem to be working out just fine. There's been some extra features, some added features into the firmware that were not mentioned in the update, but after talking with Jet at Xiegu, he has shown us or told us about the other features that are here. I just want to go over the radio quickly though with you guys, and just show you some of the things here that we have. Of course, a lot of these buttons are they do extras on top, some of them 2 functions per button, but I just want to point out to you guys here what we have here. Of course, we got the volume control, we have our power button, down here we have our selector, which can be preset in the menus as well. Currently I have it set so that I can adjust my power output from this button with 1 turn. Alright, we have our function button, which if we press it and it lights up to the orange, then each of these buttons, or a number of these buttons, will have a secondary feature or a secondary function. We have our memory write, memory clear button. We have our A equals B. We have our tune button, our power button, which will allow us to set the power, just as I did with this if I wish. Our key, which helps us to select between iambic keyer and or a straight key, manual key, left, right, stuff like that, ratios. We have our lock button down here. Of course, SDR, this is SDR radio as they claim. Our mode buttons on the top and band buttons, up down switches. Here we have a preamp button and attenuator, sorry. Our compression button. We can set our low bandwidth. This is our noise blanker. We can set our high bandwidth selection. Our AGC, we can do split, and of course our VFO memory buttons. So a couple of features that came to light with yesterday's firmware upgrade is that we have a Vox function. So if we push the firmware, or sorry, if we press the function button to go into our second feature, it will allow us to choose between our Vox, Vox on, Vox off, and of course the delays on the Vox. So we can turn that off. If our power button that's here, of course, if we push it, it shows us what our power output is, and we can once again adjust our power, our SWR threshold, and of course back to our bandwidth. If we hold this, however, it brings us to an SWR scanner. And right now I have a 20-meter dipole outside that is tuned from the tuner, and as you can see, of course, as we get here, it is a totally perfect match. From about 10.100 up to about 10.183. It's a good match on the analyzer that's in here. So to quit that function, I would hit this button and I can quit in that feature. As I said, there's a number of different items and different things that each of these features do. If I go through key again for an iambic keyer, I can go through speed, you know, like a bencher paddle or something is what I'm trying to say. Manual left, right, mode A, QSK, QSK time for the delay. I did a test a little bit earlier using my KX2 and a decoder, and it seems to be picking up okay. I may just throw that little bit of video into this video to show you guys that it seemed to copy. I know in the past we've had issues with the X5105 and a couple of the other radios with characters being cut off. So far, that seems to not be an issue. Okay guys, I'm using full QSK, and I'm going to use the KX2 to copy. Seems to be working. And of course, it always defaults back to your bandwidth setting after it is done. This is your audio out. I'm on AGC slow, and of course it shows us our voltage as well. So, and this is just our spectrum scope down here. The bands are pretty active today. There's a contest, of course, on 20 meters. And of course, I can go down to WWV. Go to AM. So as Xiegu continues to do some firmware upgrades, there's probably going to be a lot more stuff added to the radio. And as those are sent out, then of course, you know, you can choose to upgrade the firmware or not to upgrade it if you're happy with the way things work. But it's kind of neat how they can do the upgrades, have the upgrades in here, and change things for us, the operators. Alright, so we're just going to go back to CW here. Alright, so as I said, I have a 20 meter dipole outside. It's a Tim Ortiz / VE3FAL linked dipole, and I'm just using the 20 meter section, and I'm only up, what, 12 feet I think at the center of the dipole. So the key I've been using when I've been doing some Morse code is this guy. This is the one that travels with me on all my canoe trips. And of course, you know, we've got the sister here, the X5105. And as I say, I was using the KX2 this morning to do some decoding. And as I said, I probably will add that into this quick video here just to show you guys how well it actually did decode with full QSK on. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is Fred, VE3FAL, Ontario Northwest Bushcrafter and Outdoors. And don't forget to visit the Xiegu webpage at www.cqxiegu.com. And as well, we have a Facebook page that you can visit, a group actually, that you can visit to get some more information about these Xiegu products. So thanks for watching, and 731 and all.